Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be doing a reading specifically focused on this eclipse. Now, I am not an astrologer, I'm a tarot reader, and intuitive. So the messages that come here are going to be guided through the cards and the oracles. You may find that there is a lot of similarity with the horoscopes that you see, or with the energy, the astrology energy readings that you see. And that's because it's the cards just basically picking up on the energy, most likely. So, hi Pisces. I hope you're doing good. Universe, angels, beings of love and light, gods and goddesses. What is it that Pisces needs to know about this eclipse? Please guide Pisces. Make it make sense for Pisces if it doesn't. And please support Pisces as they go through this energy. God knows it's a lot. Alright, so I'm going to be taking cards that jump on the table upright. What is it that Pisces needs to know about this eclipse? What messages do Pisces need? What does Pisces need to know? Alrighty. Well, the Tower. I just finished a reading for you. I recorded one just before I started recording this one. And the last card in that reading was a Tower. If you want to see it, that is the weekly reading for this week, from the 16th to the 22nd. You can find that reading online. If I remember, I'm going to attach it somewhere here or in the description. But you'll find it if you go to the channel videos. The Tower. That moment in which Spirit says, that's enough. You know, sometimes there are problems that persist for far too long. Problems that we want to solve, we're willing to work on, we're willing to change and improve and whatever. But sometimes we don't know how, okay? Sometimes things are not aligned. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. And Pisces, there is something here that has been going on for far too long. And it's like both you and the universe are like, you know what, it's time. Can we please just bring this down? It's like everybody's sick of this. I don't know what it is. It could be like a problem, a fight, and a repetitive cycle that everyone involved is sick of. And it seems like you and Spirit are both like, let's bring this tower down. You know, it seems like you are not surprised by this tower. You're not intimidated by this tower. It's like, yeah, finally, let's break this down, you know? This is an eclipse that is bringing in lots of transformation. Lots and lots. Some of you here had a big tower in which you lost a loved one. For some of you that could have been months ago, others of you years ago. It doesn't really matter. For everyone, the context is going to be a little different. But this tower, what I see here for this eclipse is that it broke something. And it left you kind of like on hold somehow. And I feel like Spirit is giving you your wings again, or giving you like a breath of energy to be lifted again somehow. So if you have been feeling like you've been blocked, like you have been stagnant, lost, like you're trying to fly but you don't have no wings, you're all of a sudden going to feel like you have your wings back. And you were like, where were they? I've been looking for them. I don't know, it just feels like there's going to be a very, very powerful change that was always going to happen. What I'm getting as a message is that some of you were very fearful that you were never going to be yourself again, that you were never going to do your thing again, to really be healed and free and healthy and happy. It was always part of the plan. okay? You were always going to be coming back to yourself. That was never at risk. That was never not an option, okay? But as you felt all those ways, you may have at times thought that that was never going to happen, that that was never going to come. And Spirit wants you to know that you have a new direction. There is a new purpose. There is a new mission. There is a new north for you. And it's like that version of you from the past, yeah, it kind of died, I guess you could say. Because that purpose died, or that mission died, or that person died, or that, I don't know, something here died, and you kind of died with it. And now it's like you're being brought back to life because there is a new purpose, a new goal, a new mission. It could be a similar one, maybe. It could be completely different. For everyone, it's going to be a little different. But I see your life almost like being breathed back to you somehow, like a breath of life, like spirit, spirare, you know? I feel almost like things weren't quite fitting, because it was like who you are now was trying to fulfill a mission or a destiny or whatever that was meant for another version of you. So it's like this version of you has been feeling odd, like a little tiny bit left of the point, always. Not quite, you know, where you're supposed to be. And that may have been going on for some time. This is the end of that. This eclipse is the end of that kind of like awkwardness in which you weren't exactly where you felt like you were supposed to be. It's like it's bringing... Oh my god, Pisces. Oh, I got chills. It's like if there were two competing timelines somehow, or you were like bouncing from one timeline to another, kind of like almost two timelines that are parallel yet very different, and you would bounce from one to the other seemingly without control. I feel like both paths are merging into one that is right, and that is the only one. You know what I mean? Like, we can jump timelines all the time. Every single decision that we make, let's say that I stop this reading right now, that creates a new timeline. Let's say that I continue this reading right now, that creates another timeline. Let's say that I didn't say what I just said, that creates a different timeline, right? So we're always shifting and changing, but I do feel something different about this. It feels like there were like two very strong, very gripping timelines that you were bouncing within. And I feel like now it's like they have merged into the right one for you, in which certain things have become obsolete, certain people are being kicked out, certain new people are being brought in, opportunities are being brought in. I'm hearing, but it's because of the willingness to let yourself, your old self, die. So you have the sun. You start with the tower and you end with the sun. The change that is happening right now especially if it's not change that you saw coming, is definitely going to be good for you, okay? Right now, it may not feel that way. But whatever is happening at this time is happening for you. It's not happening to you. Something incredibly positive is happening here. Not sure what, but something very, very, very positive here. I see that there has been some kind of issue, perhaps, with a Capricorn, a liar, cheater, stealer, miscommunications, issues, problems with a Capricorn here, or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Something here has been toxic for far too long. And some of you thought that you could never detangle from that. And all of a sudden, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to actually detangle from that. So what I mean by that is, maybe you and your whole family, generations and generations, have always lived in a certain property or in a certain city. And you have felt this urge to cut, the whole thing and just do something new, go somewhere new, different, break that generational pattern. But you've always maybe told yourself, like, no, this is where everyone is, like, I can't just leave, I feel like this eclipse is telling you, why though? Like, I think you can actually just leave. Same for toxic relationships, maybe marriages that are very detrimental or negative, or simply have run their course. Something that you thought you could not escape, you're choosing to escape. And that is almost like giving the universe this green light, saying like, oh wow, look at that. Pisces is choosing freedom, even if it's very difficult to reach. It's like you're not letting anything say, you're not taking no for an answer. You're like, you know what, I refuse. Some of you are destroying, years and years and years and years of dynamic with toxic family members. And the fact that you are saying yes to that liberation, no matter how painful it may be, makes spirit say, yes, you are ready, And I'm not saying that you need to, cut contact with your family or anything like that in order for this to happen. What I'm trying to say, these are just examples of ways in which you thought you were trapped. It's understandable if you choose to stay in that toxic whatever, because it's difficult to get rid of. Maybe you honestly thought there was no way out. But all of a sudden, there's a way out. All of a sudden, a path opens up here. And it may not be nice, and it may not be sweet, and it may be very unexpected and odd and weird. But it seems like you're taking that opportunity, despite the pain, the fear, the uncertainty, to break free from this devil, from this toxicity. And it seems like it's being rewarded with the sun. So you are choosing you. You are choosing your happiness. You're choosing your mission, your purpose, your service to spirit. It's like you're choosing love somehow over fear. Yeah, so that is what I'm getting. I hope that this resonated with you. This is a specific message about the eclipse itself. However, the weekly reading is a little bit more structured, and I will let you know how the week is going to play out. This is just about the energies, and of course, it's not that this will happen in the exact second in which the eclipse, completely whatever. No, it's an energy that will be felt before, during, after. It's kind of like the vibe of the moment. But what I do see here, Pisces, is it's like when there's a will, there's a way. And it's like you saying, my will is to be happy. And there goes, and you know, a way is open for you. That's what I'm getting. So I think that you're entering a time in which you're not going to feel so bumpy. You're not going to feel like you're like jumping from one timeline to another. You're not going to feel confused. You're not going to feel you're not going to get that sensation of being just a little bit off the point. You're going to actually feel like, boom, bullseye, you know? This was always the plan. You were always going to get to this point. But I do feel like some of you are saying yes to freedom, and others of you are saying yes to fear. And that does change how things move forward. All right, Pisces. I love you so much. I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you enjoy this energy. And I hope that your wildest, most beautiful dreams, those you think are not even possible, come true for you, Pisces, in the best way for your soul and your soul journey. I love you so much, you guys. Bye.